Oh, okay. Yeah, it's been so long since I've been to Pasadena. I mean, that's kind of a lie. I went with my friends to see my other friends. We went to go visit our friend's new place that he got with his girlfriend, but it's not like I explored Pasadena. Okay, where am I doing? Where am I going? Okay, we're going over here. Alright, now we get to help the little people. Alright. I've been waiting for what feels like days and I mean, it kind of has been a couple days, and eat enough of Baruch Evu's tacos to feed an army. What is it you'd like to know? Our main concern was confirming the state of the road ahead. As I recall, to reach Urkopacha, oh, here we go again, we depart from the Arch of Dawn, then take the road west at the first fork. Should we beware of anything along the way? That is indeed the way to Urkopacha. After the damage wrought by the recent downpour, however, you'll be doing more stumbling than walking. But do take heart, when it comes to rugged terrain, we have a most dependable solution available. Come with me. What, the Shoe Puff? Do we get to ride the Shoe Puff? I mean, he looks like the Shoe Puff guy a little bit, or one of the thingies from FF10. So, do we get a Shoe Puff? Rides the Shoe Puff? Or just chocobos, maybe. Is this the game? No, alpacas. Okay, I wasn't that far off. I wasn't that far off. We're gonna be riding alpacas. May I introduce you to our most dependable companion, the alpaca. Cute. Oh, come on, there's no way you haven't seen an alpaca before. These animals can traverse Urkopacha's steep mountain trails as if they were gentle fields, and all while carrying heavy loads. Our merchants would be lost without them. So they fill much the same niche as our chocobos back home. You don't have alpacas in Eorzea? Alpacas are native to Yoktaral. Eorzea has its chocobos, and the eastern lands have their horses. Why go to the trouble of breeding another pack beast in a place which ill-suits its qualities and where it is not needed anyway? But must we ride these little monsters? I get the impression you aren't fond of alpacas. When I was small and being a bit naughty, I went around pulling on their wool. One of them spat on me and it was the foulest stench you can imagine. Well, I mean, yeah. I see. What are they like to ride? Alpacas bred as mounts are inquisitive and docile. Even those without experience find them easy to handle. We're really doing this then? Can it even fit her on an alpaca? So is my information useful to you? Yes, very helpful. Even if it wasn't what I wanted to hear. Good, I'll take my payment now. What, you want me to pay you? Well, yeah. I guess I should have expected as much from a Pelu merchant. Let me see what I have on me. The Pelu value the act of spreading joy through trade, as you should know. They take pride in making deals that benefit both parties. Okay, fair. Here you go, a fair price for your fair advice. Yes, I made a trade with the third promise herself. My friends will never believe this. I shall be on my way now. I wish you safe travels. Off you go then. Thank you. Off you go then. Get out of here. I better not get spit on again. Oh, here we go. Hawk Tua. You brought that on yourself. Remain calm and gentle, and so will they. I'm still not happy about this, but if we do ride alpacas... Do we need to ride alpacas to reach Urkopacha? Then that's what we'll do. What a loser. How's it going, Zephyr? Alright.
Turali poets of yore sang of a mountain that would stand tall, even should all other lands sink beneath the sea. Indomitable and eternal, it arises from Urkopacha, the 100 peaks of time. Of all the beasts which crawl and fly, only the legendary Valigarmanda could hope to disturb the summit's serene majesty. Yet, with that flying calamity imprisoned by the Dawn Serpent, what great feat remains for those who would claim the throne?
Urkopacha. I mean, I'll give it to them, they made some very beautiful areas. Hey, it's California! Cactus, mountain terrain, and desert, let's go!
So this is Urkopacha. I've never actually been here before.
The air is so crisp and clear. Mountains everywhere you look.
That one massive peak in particular has quite the presence. It puts me in mind of Som-Al.
That is Workor Sormor, the tallest mountain in Yogg-Tural. Its sheer height makes it an imposing climb. But there are other reasons the ambitious keep their distance.
Oh? Do tell.
Where to begin?
Excuse me, but you're Wook Lamat, are you not? I hadn't thought to encounter one of the Dawn's promise here, of all places.
Okay, your voice does not match your look, sir. Another Ronso.
But I should introduce myself. I am Bol Nok, a weaver by trade.
Well met, Bolnok. We're on our way to Watranpello.
Oh, truly, I've just come from there, as it happens. I'd asked the Pelu who sell me their wool to give me a tour of their alpaca ranch. The head rancher and I shared a bottle of mezcal while he explained the finer points of wool production.
Mezcal, is that a local beverage?
It's an Urkopacha specialty, a spirit made from distilled agave heart juice.
Well, Al, you had me at
It must have done wonders for my mood, for I tripled my usual order of alpaca wool. They did offer me a discount, though, so it wasn't a bad deal in the end. But listen to me, boring you with my tedious stories. I will leave you before you are lulled to sleep. Goodbye, and safe travels. Oh, silly me. I almost forgot to say the thing I actually wanted to say. Peace for Tural. I agree with your vision, Third Promise. You have my support in your bid for the throne.
What's up, Exia? Thank you for the 87-month resub.
I gather from his tale we would be foolish to underestimate Pelu merchants.
Thank you, buddy.
Yes, they do more than run the markets in Tuliyollal. Pelu peddlers can be found everywhere in Tural, traveling from place to place on their sturdy alpacas. They are effusive and engaging speakers, and many's the customer who's been talked into spending more than they bargained for.
They won't find this customer so easily charmed.
Least I see A? What's that?
Watranpello's down the path! Off the main road! Don't get lost!
It's right there.
Oh, okay. Why can't you get on? I had no queue. It must be my data center. Alright, here we go. Wait, we can actually kill the alpaca? That seems rather, despicable. Are these enemies I have to kill? No. Man, where are the hunt enemies that I picked with the hunt? Oh, anyway. Alright, Aaronville. There it is, Wachun Pelu, home of the Pelu Pelu. Wuklamat should have arrived before us. That's not good. Oh, Xbox. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. You come all this way for the rite of succession? Oh, so this means I'm exchanging words with the future Dawn servant. Please, the outcome is far from decided, but it is a possibility. How fortunate, then, that I deal in cloaks woven from especially luxurious alpaca wool. Such a garment would look magnificent when draped over the shoulders of our budding ruler. Uh-oh. And as a nation's ruler should dress her best for her adoring people, yes? Finery for your finest lady. That's right. Come third promise, my well-stocked shelves are but a few steps away. We're already gonna get swindled, huh? Finest lady? I like the sound of that. Alright, I suppose a quick look wouldn't hurt. What did I got the M right already? Aaronville, when did you... I mean, we were like literally 10 feet away. Ah, Shetona from far off Zaktaral? Northern winters are bitterly cold affairs, I'm told. I cannot imagine how you survive them without a lovely, warm cloak of quality alpaca wool. No, thank you. I'm not in need of new clothes at the moment, and neither is the third promise. Perhaps another time. Of course, of course. My shop door is always open. Awesome, Exia. That's awesome. You were saying something about not being easily charmed? I was just... easily charmed. As I mentioned previously, the Pelu people live for bringing happiness through trade. They won't cheat you or sell you defective goods. They will, however, disarm you with their deft turns of phrase, and unwitting customers like Wuklamat fall prey to this affable approach time and time again. Your only recourse is a clear and firm refusal. They won't pursue the matter should you make your disinterest plain. A valuable insight into the minds of the Pelu Pelu. Let us all take Aaronville's words of caution to heart. Don't be a Stinian is what they're saying. Don't be an Estinian. Not my finest moment, I'll admit, but now that we're here, let's do what we came to do, find the Elector. Allow me to propose a strategy then. Kryl, Alizé, and I will speak with the merchants. Wuklamat, you, and Aaronville might try approaching travelers and passerbys. Kane, pray investigate any of the other establishments which catch your eye. Should we learn aught of use, let us relay it to the third promise.
Okay, Freddy, okay.
Let me sync up with the Aetheryte really quick. Distillery worker, the Dawn Servant Selector. Ah, I thought you were a new face in town, here for the rite of succession, I take it. Me, I don't much care who sits on the throne as long as they keep Tural peaceful. People tend not to be in the mood to relax and sip our excellent mezcal once arrows and spears start flying, if you know what I mean. Speaking of which, would you like a cup? A joy shared is a joy doubled, I'd say. Well, this time I'm gonna be a Dark Knight main. I'm leveling Dark Knight first, but I've been Paladin the last 2 expansions. Alright, yes, you were asking about that Electra business. Being but freshly returned from my trading route, I've heard that there's a contest afoot. But not much else. Our head ledger, Tobley, could probably tell you more about it. Impatient Porter. Electors? Oh yes, I've heard all about the right of succession. They're looking to put a new ruler on the throne, eh? Personally, I'm rooting for Zoralja. If the first promise wins, he'll look to expand our sphere of influence. That means access to more resources and more customers. In the thousands column, potentially. So many new trading opportunities to spread happiness far and wide. Others have been coming around to my way of thinking, so I began crafting goods inspired by the resilient sun. Would you care to purchase something? No, I would not. I'm not going to be like, please just answer my question. Very well. You said you want to know about the Elector. I could help you, but I won't. I can tell you no supporter of Zoralja or his policies. Oh, fuck you then. Hello there, I'm Mablu. Did you have a question for me? Sorry, I don't know about any electors. You should take a moment to see our prize alpacas before you leave, though. Oh, but be sure to admire them from a respectful distance. Get too close and our nervous darlings may be tempted to spit on you, and that stuff stinks. It happened to a visiting buyer not so long ago. Tobley, that's the head rancher, was so mad at me for not giving a proper warning. No one makes a mistake without Tobley noticing. He knows everything that happens on this ranch. Well, then we should be speaking to Tobley, shouldn't we? Alright. You really have to watch yourself around these silver-tongued peddlers. I almost bought a bottle of mezcal, and a stack of blankets, and then there was this enchanting ornament. Anyway, I did manage to learn that Tobley is the man to talk about the contest. Now, if only they'd share where this head ledger of theirs is to be found. Really? He's also the head rancher? Well, the alpaca ranch is not far from here. I say we pay it a visit before the others return. I was just there! I gotta go back? That is a lot of alpacas. Still, we know the head ledger could be here somewhere. I can't let fear deter me. Not to say I'm scared, of course. They're just alpacas. Excuse me, is one of these workers Tobley? Tobley? Oh yes, he likes to mingle with the ranch hands and keep an eye on things. I can't tell you which one he is, though. You can't? Is this part of the contest? All I can say is that Tobley often mentions his favorite pungent subject. He also can't resist a profitable trade, though who among us could? Am I right? Still, if you bring him a very good deal, he might let his identity slip. Heh, so it's like a game. Easy enough. All I have to do is offer Tobley a deal he can't ignore. No problem at all. Well, maybe one problem. I don't think my purse is deep enough to pay everyone we think might be Tobley. Let's ask some questions first and narrow down the field. I mean, I've got money. Great, we can meet back here to share our impressions. Mablu. Well, obviously I'm not Tobley. I mean, oops, I shouldn't have said that. You're meant to find out for yourself who Tobley is, or if an elector is even in the village at all. Good luck. Diligent ranch hand. Ah, a visitor from across the salts, if I'm not mistaken. Be warned, the alpacas will spit if you startle them. I suggest you keep your movements slow and deliberate. Nonchalant ranch hand. Am I Tobly? Yes, that's me. Excellent work from the third promise in Ronderaj. Sharp instincts. Shall we commence the rite of succession then? I don't believe you. You think I might be Tobly? Haha, well maybe I am. All I say is that in this village, none have reared more alpacas than I. I think it's still gonna be Mablu. Little subterfuge. And the only one wearing a different outfit. I see we're both done with our interrogations. So who do you think it is? I have my suspicions. Let's hear your pick. Oh. It's one of the three. The diligent ranch hand. Ah, the worker so intent on stable chores. I had my eye on that one too. Time to rip the mask off our mystery ranch hand, so to speak. We know it's you, Tobly, and to prove it, I propose a deal. A generous sum of coin for confirmation of your true identity. An offer I gladly accept. As you have correctly guessed, I am indeed Tobly, head ledger of Juan Chupello, and head rancher of the family ranch. I am also one of Gulu Jaja's chosen electors. Aha! In a place featured in the Tuliyolau saga, just as we thought. I was right to trust in your instincts, and I wager this won't be the last time. She found you out fair and square, Tobly. And I'm glad she did. Would have been a pity had her bid ended here.
Deducing the Dawnservant's elector was the first step of the feat. Too simple a task for this aspiring ruler, eh?
Right. Not hard at all.
What's up, brah?
Zorolja.
I am told the head ledger, Tobly, is to be found here.
You have to guess which one of us is Tobly. That's part of the test.
You're Tobly.
Without even asking a single question. Very impressive indeed. With that amusing prologue out of the way, we can proceed to the actual challenge. Per the Dawnservant's instructions, I was free to devise any manner of feat. I considered the number of possibilities in the 10th column. But I think I have a good one. You must go forth and capture for me an alpaca.
An alpaca? Okay. I don't think that's gonna be hard, but alright.
While I've not had the best experiences with alpacas, aren't they generally docile creatures? That doesn't sound like much of a challenge.
Bring out the example! This is a special kind of alpaca. Would you please approach the animal, third promise?
Is she gonna get spit on? She's gonna get spit on, isn't she?
Who? Me? Well, it should stay calm if I stay calm, right? That's what Erinville said. Ah! The little monster spat on me!
Easy.
Oh, that stinks. I can't.
Well, it was a nice try with the rite of succession.
Being both extremely curious and extremely cowardly. Press your luck when they're frightened, and you'll get a face full of spit. As you've all just witnessed.
What's up, Dankel? How you doing, man?
Has an awful stench.
A test of her reflexes.
The globs contain half-digested.
I like how the alpaca's like looking over her, like that's right, bitch. Just like imposing dominance.
Are especially timid and can therefore be quick to lash out. They're also especially hardy.
Indeed. We take the rugged wild alpacas and breed them with our gentle domesticated stock. This produces the strong but biddable pack animals prized by our traveling merchants.
That's all well and good, but did I need to bathe an alpaca spit for you to make your point?
So, the task is to catch
There's still level 90 alpacas, yeah.
That is correct. But be warned that it is a feat easier said than done. I suggest you prepare well before you enter the valley where the creatures dwell. And by you, I mean the claimants only. Allies are not permitted to assist with the catching.
Oh, fine.
The alpacas will help me judge which of you is worthy of receiving a keystone.
So I'm to chase down a fluffy, spitting demon, and that somehow proves I'm fit to rule?
Sounds fair to me.
As I said, the Dawn Servant granted me the freedom to decide my challenge.
I think it's a part about understanding the cultures that you're
I
meant to
dare say
govern.
You will understand why I chose what I chose.
The hardships that they go through to provide the alpacas to the rest of the kingdom, per se, you know?
Very well. This won't take long.
Wait! Didn't I warn you this was easier said than done? There are preparations to be made, factors to consider.
Did
A
he
beast is a beast. All yield to strength.
True. He's just gonna walk up and grab one and be like, got him.
So far, this experience has done absolutely nothing to improve my opinion of alpacas. But that doesn't mean I can't do this. Revolting spit aside, they're just another animal.
Yeah. A level 90 animal.
Are you all right, Orclamart? We thought we heard you scream.
The third promise does not scream. It was more of a startled yelp.
Scream, in other words.
Yeah, that would be a scream. I like how we're just so smug during all of this. Just like, yeah, I'm enjoying my vacation.
Oh, we certainly did.
I feel like as the warrior light, I'm enjoying my position of I'm on vacation and watching someone else go through hell. Alright. Pant, I had to go and wash that nasty stuff off my face. I think I got all of it. But would you mind taking a sniff for me, just to make sure? The stench has ruined my sense of smell. Hey, I saw that look. As Wuklamot helped demonstrate, the Valley Alpaca are wary of people. Getting close enough to catch one will not be an easy task. You might have warned me about that earlier. I have enough trouble with tame alpacas. How do you expect me to wrangle a wild one? With the proper saddle, we infuse the leather with a relaxing scent that soothes the spitting beast. Wonderful. Give me one of those then. Give you? Have you perhaps forgotten we are a clan of merchants? If you want a taming saddle, then you need to find a saddler and make them an offer. Geez, I can even tell you that, Wuklamot. They don't come cheap, of course. Crafting a saddle will cost you the equivalent of 10 pel in the thousands column. How much is that in gil? I've got gil. You mean 10,000 pel? I don't have that kind of coin. Do I? Converting to gil, that comes around 1 million or so? I'm fine. I can do it. No, this is my feat to accomplish. I wouldn't feel right about having others pay the cost. I'll find the money somehow. In that case... that basket of wool is worth the sum you paid me earlier, 1 pel, in the hundreds column. Beginning with the wool, you can trade for even ever more valuable goods until you have something suitable to bargain with the saddle. That's a nice gesture, but you think I can turn 100 pel into 1 million? That's 10,000 times more. I thought it was 10,000 pel. Yeah, there we go. We need 10,000 pel, not 1 million, so we're looking at 100 times more. Oh, right. I panicked and got confused with the Alpha Nose Million Gil. Even I was keeping track of it, for goodness sakes. I'm not so sure about this trading idea. You were almost talked into buying a cloak you didn't need mere moments after you arrived. But I just hate it when you're right. Then let me help you with your deal making. Oh, hello again. Mablu. I work here as a ranch hand, but I've also learned a lot about the peddler profession. Peddler profession? It's alright if I aid them now, yes? I guided the claimants towards the first step of the feat, like you asked. As long as Wuklamot goes alone to capture Alpaca, she is free to accept assistance from whoever she likes. Hooray! Let's see about getting you that saddle then, third promise. I don't know why you made your offer, but I could use an ally with a beak for bargains. Welcome aboard, Mablu. Should the rest of us stay behind, perhaps? It may be easier to haggle over price without so many voices chiming in. Yes, stay here and pitch in with the ranch work. With Mablu gone, I'll need extra hands to tend to the alpacas. Gladly! Although, Kane, I think you should go with Wuklamot. Thank you, I don't want to be sitting here with alpacas. You see markets and bazaars the world over and surely have sage advice. In that case, you should also hold on to the alpaca wool. If it's misplaced on the soil or soiled in some way, you'll have nothing to bargain with. As if I'd do such a thing, but I'll leave the wool with Kane anyway, the better to keep my hands free. To begin, I suggest we try trading the wool to Havli, the saddler. He won't agree to the deal, of course, but it'll give us an idea how much he'll accept for his wares. Alright, time to haggle. We're gonna haggle. Time to haggle, here we go. Hello. Something I can do for you? We've come to bargain. I need one of your special taming saddles to catch a wild alpaca. A saddle, is it? And how will we be paying for it? With this basket of fine alpaca wool. He does not look amused. What use does a saddle maker have for wool? Besides, it will barely cover the cost of a single strap buckle. Offer me something I actually want. And what do you actually want? And what might that be? Mezcal. I like to nurse a cup at day's end while I inspect my finished work. Bring me a jug of quality stuff and you've got yourself a deal. This bodes well for us, third promise. Such mezcal can be had for only 5 pel in the thousands column. Hold on. Did you say third promise? Then my offer has changed. The saddles cost you a jug of premium mezcal, aged 3 years at least. 3 years? That stuff is valued at 10,000 pel or more. Why have you doubled the price? Because I must support the man of ambition who will see my business prosper. Zoralija will go to war and his cavalry will need saddles. Lots of saddles. It's nothing personal, third promise, but I won't sell you my craft for anything less than my asking price. And, alright, well, yeah. Thank you for opening your big mouth, Moblu. I'll take a chocolate chip cookie, please. Well, luckily for you, I have cookies on me. Can't say I blame him. I'm known for championing peace, and peace is unlikely to bring him more customers. Those of our grandparents' generation remember the dark days when the clans were at war. Many of these Pelu pray for your victory, Wuklamat. The younger ones, though, to them, strife and bloodshed are as children's stories. They think themselves safe from these horrors and take the peace we now enjoy for granted. Still, others are unsatisfied with this quiet prosperity and crave the future the second promise envisions. They become obsessed with innovations like the dirigibles that have made trade swift and easy. Then you have those like Havli, convinced that the first promise's plans for conquest will afford them opportunities for great profit. But what about you, Moblu? Aren't you of the younger generation, at least a year or two younger than me, I'd say? Oh, I was raised on the old tales. I memorized the accounts of what it was like when the Yokhu ruled our village. That's why I offered to help. I want you to become Dawn Servant to keep our nation from going back to the way it was. Well then, I guess I better make sure I win the contest. But the type of mezcal the saddle maker wants is so very expensive. Weren't we expecting to need 10,000 pel from the outset? Nothing's changed, we just need to get on with it. I may not have a head for trade or the stomach for alpacas, but I won't give up with the piece of Tuliola on the line. Then neither will I. We will make you Dawn Servant. Aiming for that 10,000 pel jug right away will only bring us failure and frustration. So let's first try exchanging the wool for anything even a touch more valuable. The trick is to find someone who needs alpaca wool and is willing to trade it at a loss to acquire it. Someone who supports your bid for the throne, for instance. How about that guy? Yeah. What the hell's the paperclip method? Of course, the Weaver! Bolnuk was his name, I believe. He went out of his way to say he agreed with my vision and he was here to buy wool. I think I remember the direction he was going, but for now let's head back to the road where we first met him. Oh, okay. I must say I've never heard of that before. Yankel, fuck. This is the spot. After Bull Nook talked. You mean this song? This one, not when I was on the bike. Okay, fair enough. It does have that Chrono Trigger twinge. This is the... Okay, I already did it, yeah. Then he was probably going to Ikolvo's Inn. Most visitors to Wankumpelo end up staying there. Let's go check... Let's go and check, shall we? Sure, why not? Can I have that basket, Kane? You may. Here you go. Thanks. Now let's see if we can turn a profit. Bolnuk, I'm glad we found you. Are interested in making a trade. Third promise. You wish to do business with me? Might I ask what this is all about? And then we're gonna just tell you a lot of stuff. Gonna guilt trip him into spending more for the alpaca wool. I see. So the goal is to turn that basket of wool into a jug of 3-year-old premium mezcal? Then allow me to invest in your efforts. I knew it. Yeah, see? Simping for the third promise. Peace in Tural is what allows me to cross freely into the lands of my suppliers. Naturally, I prefer that one pledge to preserve that peace when the throne. Thus, I do humbly offer you this wool poncho, a small token that I pray contributes to your victory. Oh, that's the fine craftsmanship. A garment like that would easily fetch 5 pel in the hundreds column. That's very generous, Bolnok. Thank you. I promise I won't let you down. I have every faith in you, third promise. May fortune bless your future dealings. So now we gotta find someone who needs a poncho. I can't believe you quintupled your investment with your first deal. We're off to a spectacular start. Only because Kane remembered our weaver friend, all I did was hand over the wool. That's not true. The connections you build with people are vital. This is one of the most fundamental precepts of trading, one which you've instinctively mastered. You think so? I know so. Now let's take our 500 pel poncho and trade it for something even more valuable. Alright, who needs a poncho? Alright, if it's lost somehow, Aaronville will never let me hear the end of it. I will take your poncho. All set. Our next deal is waiting to be found. Excellent trade! What is this? Success, you trade a 100 pel basket of alpaca wool for a 500 pel wool poncho. What up, Patty? I don't need a prompto. No, poncho, not prompto. Thank you, Patty92, for the sub. Welcome, welcome. It's going well, man. Going well. Leveraging connections is a sound strategy, but we should also consider supply and demand. An individual in urgent need of a good poncho will offer more than a merchant simply looking to stock his shelves. That makes sense, but how do we know if someone needs a poncho? Poncho here! Anyone need a poncho? They aren't wearing one? That's the obvious answer, isn't it? We look for a person without a poncho and hope they're eager to buy ours. Yes, there you go. We find the demand for our supply. So where should we begin our search for prospective buyers? There are a number of places, but we could do worse than starting right here at the inn. There might be interested travelers. Who here needs a poncho? A lot of Mamulja hardly wear anything. Those are probably Landsguard or sellswords. Mamulja who soldier for a living prefer not to wear much above the waist. It hampers their movements. So even if they have bared shoulders, Mamulja carrying arms can be struck off the list. Okay. He's got a poncho. Sweaty, I mean... Tell me who among these gathered travelers do you think might be amenable to a proposal? I mean, maybe the one actually wearing one. Or maybe this person? I don't know, they don't seem like a fighter. Disconcerted Hubigo. Let's see. No coat or cloak, but also no weapon. Oh, we might have a winner. Oh there, friend. You're not a mercenary by trade, right? I was curious about your bold choice of dress or lack thereof. Oh, it was no choice of mine, believe me. I was attacked by beasts on the way here and barely escaped with my scales intact. My coat was not so lucky. I'm actually a tool maker from Tuliolal and was dressed quite smartly, all the better to show the Pelu I am a man who takes pride in his appearance, and therefore his work as well. But now look at me. Well, lucky for you, sir! I've got a poncho right here. I'm sure it's one size fits all. It's a fucking poncho. What a splendid poncho. This would be the perfect replacement for the coat I lost. We'd be willing to part with it if you'd like to make a trade for one of your fine tools, perhaps. What about this hatchet? I crafted it myself and will vouch for its quality. Let's take a look at the hatchet. The blade looks sharp, the haft well made. I value it at 1 pallet in the thousands column. Well, that is doubling our money. A haul from 500 to 1,000. We have a deal. Wonderful. A fine garment such as this should put me on even footing with any Pelu merchant. Like the eponymous owner of Miplu's mate garden for one, her field hands use hatchets to harvest the mate, and I thought to impress her with the tool I sold you. No matter, I have other wares to sell. Glad I am to have met you. Well, let's see him wear the poncho. I want to see him put on the poncho. Did you hear that? We've already found our next buyer. To Miplu's mate garden we go. Yes, but it's a fair distance on foot. We should take alpacas. Or I could ride my motorcycle. That would be fine. These ones will be the calm type, right? I would assume so. Success! You have traded a 500 pel wool poncho for a 1,000 pel hatchet. Tuli Yolal. Dankle, you know, and laugh at you if you mispronounce it all the time. Well done recognizing that toolmaker as a potential customer. If you have a mind to change profession, you make an excellent merchant. I mean, I do make quite a bit of money by merchanting. Alright. Better we get moving. Before we get moving, you should be the one to hold this. Thank you. I'll take the hatchet. With that, I suppose we should hop on the alpacas Mablu has so kindly provided. Ready to go? Let's mount up. Begin the alpaca ride. Yay. And it's off to the mate fields we go. Please don't spit. Please don't spit. You're riding on it already. How could it spit behind it to hit you while riding? You have a knack for riding no matter what you say. Without our alpaca friends, we Pelu would never have become traveling merchants. Can you imagine walking all the way across Tyrol? I swear that mountain is too tall to be real. It is a pretty tall mountain. Warkor Zormor, wasn't that the name? A forbidding sight, isn't it? One I've never appreciated up close. You might have to take the long way around the cliffs to get there, to the highlands belonging to the Yokhoi. Lockhew? Whatever, Yok, whatever. So, Mablu, you said you were learning about the peddler profession. You don't care for ranch work? No, I love it. I love working with alpacas. But becoming a peddler has always been a dream of mine. It's just I'm not sure I have the talent for it. If I can help you buy the taming saddle, though, then it'd be proof that I can do this after all. Well, happy to help. In that case, you'd best get ready to be a merchant. Look, we're almost there. I could have just rode my motorcycle here, but I guess the alpacas was fine. We made it, and without a single smelly incident. I sent the alpacas back to Ikluvo's inn, so we'll walk along the main road when we return to the village. Speaking of roads to travel, you were adopted by the Dawn Servant, weren't you, Third Promise? That I was? Then perhaps you understand, I was an orphan too. You see, Tobley took me in. He took in all the ranch hands, actually. All of them? Yes, and everyone works hard at their chores, grateful for the opportunity to repay the head ledger's generosity, yet here I am, the only one wanting to go off and be a merchant. I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm telling you this. We need to keep trading things for your saddle if you're to prepare for the feat of gold. As it's mate harvesting season, they can't have too many quality hatchets. Add to that Wukalamotsue with people, we should have no trouble making a favorable deal. That's Miplu herself over there. Pass a hatchet to the Third Promise and let's get to bargaining. So she feels a little guilty for wanting to become a merchant, but she shouldn't because Tobley would want her to do what she wants, you know? Miplu, yeah. Mablu and Miplu. You know? Miplu? No, Miplu. You have that little axe for me? Little? The hatchet. Hey, now let's see what we can get for it. You're Miplu, the owner of these fields? I have a mind to trade if you're interested. Well, the Third Promise. I might be convinced to entertain a proposal. What do you have to offer? What do you have on offer? This hatchet, forged by a seasoned artisan, the razor edge of this exceptional tool will make light work of your crops. You don't use a hatchet on your crops. The quality is acceptable, I suppose. I have for you a large sack of mate leaves in exchange. A sack of mate leaves of value 1 pel in the thousands column, the same price as the hatchet. This deal will bring us no closer to the mezcal. If I may, Mistress Miplu, it's harvesting season, is it not? Does not the demand for hatchets afford them a higher value? It is indeed the season, which is why I procured an ample batch of tools well in advance. We've missed the window for demand in that case. We'll have to fall back on connections. Think of it this way. A generous deal here will put you in the Third Promise's good graces. Surely that's worthy of consideration. I do not wish to give offense, and I tell you that I stand with the Second Promise. His innovations will improve every aspect of our lives, I believe including farming, and I will no longer have need of hatchets. I assure you that I have nothing but respect for Wuklamot. That is why I'm preparing to purchase a spare hatchet at a fair price. I suppose it is fair given your reasons, but we ourselves would be no better off for the transaction. How about this then? If we're to help bring in your harvest, would you give us a better deal? As a matter of fact, I would. Until Kona's reforms come about, I can always use more hands in the field. Then you can go ahead and add our labor to the bargain. Added value to tip the scales? How could I have forgotten one of the most basic rules of trading? You can rest here if you like, Mablu. Kane and I have mate to gather. Oh no, I'm helping too. Off to the fields then, and mind you pick the healthy leaves. I'll take 5 good bundles from each of you. Damn, she took off like Sonic. What the fuck are you gonna do with leaves? Make mulch? Fresh mulch from the gulch. You've brought me some leaves then. Here you go. An acceptable harvest. We'll see how your companions fare before I make any decisions, though. Here, we brought our share as well. Thank you, Third Promise. This is more than enough to hold up your end of the bargain. Now it's time to honor mine. After adding the value of your labor to the price of the hatchet, I am prepared to offer you a full sack of our highest grade mate leaves. Premium mate, bought at the shop. 1 sack of those leaves will cost no less than 5 pel in the thousands column. Oh, we just made a lot then. Then we can bid farewell to this hatchet. I'll give it a good home talk of the contest aside. I'm glad we could come to a mutually agreeable trade. As am I. All the best with the rest of your harvest. Bye. Mablu, what's wrong? It's as I was saying before. Even after everything Tobli's done for me, I'm planning to abandon it all and becoming a merchant. But then I needed your help after forgetting a basic rule of trade. How can I expect Tobli to accept my decision then? Have you mentioned your plans to leave? Not exactly. I wanted to prove I could succeed as a peddler before I declared my intentions. I seek to follow my father's footsteps not because he expects it of me. I want to preserve Tiral's peace, and becoming Dawn Servant happens to be the best way to do it. You should live a life of your own choosing, and I wouldn't be surprised if Tobli held the same opinion, so talk to him. You're right. It's better to find out for sure than worry over what he might say. Thank you for the advice. It's a fucking smile. But first we have a saddle to buy. I want that success under my belt so I can be sure of my decision. What's next then? We try to trade our tea leaves for something halfway to 10,000 pel? Okay, so it's tea leaves. No, I think we're close enough now. I see we go straight for the premium mezcal. Bargain our way into double the value, eh? Think you can do it? Trust me, I will make this trade work. I admire you, Third Promise, that you're holding your own against such strong competition for the throne is inspiring. Am I really holding my own against Kona and Zoralja? I mean, of course I am. I'm Wuklamad of the Dawn's Promise, after all. Excellent trade. Success, you've traded 1,000 pel hatchet for a 5,000 pel sack of top grade mate leaves. Oh god, Soul Crusher, you want me to die, don't you? Before we go, let me give you the mate leaves. I don't need to risk proving Aaronville's point. Ready then? Our next stop is the Mezcal Distillery. To the distillery! We're teleporting. We'll want to speak with a man by the name of Gobley. Even among his fellow distillers, he's regarded as a master of the craft. He knows the value of his product, so if we're to convince him to trade for twice what the leaves are worth, we're going to need targeted information. That means asking around and taking in the gossip. If you could talk to people here in the distillery, Kane, perhaps Wuklamad could do the same at the village entrance. Meanwhile, I'll head to the north side and see what I can learn. Me? I'm a chef from Tuliola. I often come here to buy Gobley's mezcal, the finest in Tyrol according to my customers. He always brings out a jug during our dealings, but I can't handle the stuff too well myself. I take small sips, not wanting to be impolite, you understand, but still end up so addled as to agree to whatever price he quotes me. It would be nice to have less potent refreshments during such conversations, else I might have to seriously reconsider our arrangement. What's going on, Nick? How are you, buddy? Good to see you. Gobley might be a deft hand at distilling, but he's got no sense when it comes to appearances. Rumor has it he's been invited to the palace for business negotiations. If he presents himself to the court wearing his usual rumpled attire, though, he'll be laughed out of sun perch. I mean, I don't know. Never know. Some people like that old look. There's not much I can say about Gobley, but I can tell you what Gobley's been saying. The other day he was wondering about monsters prowling around agave jaws. That's the field where they gather ingredients for the mezcal. Ooh, so we kill monsters, he gives us the thing. Their presence has made it harder to procure said ingredients and thus driven up the price of his product. A boon, some might argue, but it's hard to celebrate when it affects the work as it does. Can't rightly bring joy to the people if you can't keep making the thing they love. Easy, dude. I kill things for a living. I can do this. I can do this very well. One might say I'm an expert at it. So what did you find out? Oh, we can make use of all those tidbits. The deal is as good as sealed. As for me, I found out where Gobley is working. There's a millstone at the top of the slope behind the distillery. You go on ahead and I'll bring Wuklamad. Gobly. You have business with me, sir? Why don't we talk it down below so as not to distract the alpaca from its work? Okay, his clothes might be a little ratty. Now, what's this about? Keep it brief if you would, I'm a busy man. We're in the market for a 3-year-old jug of premium mezcal, assuming you have any on hand, that is. Ah, an excellent choice, I must warn you though, it doesn't come cheap. We don't have Pell, but we can offer a sack of mate leaves in exchange. It's top-grade stuff like the mezcal. No deal. Mate leaves are well and good, but I don't have any use for them. No deal? Just like that? Still, I hate to send you away empty-handed. Why don't we sit and chat a while over a cup of mezcal? Oh, here we go. Now the real bargaining begins. Which of our cards do you want to play first? Let's go with the Hubigo's chef's distaste for strong drink. I appreciate your hospitality, but I can't hold my drink. I've heard one of your regular customers, a Hubigo chef, is the same. Seeing as not everyone could enjoy mezcal, I wonder if you might benefit from having other refreshments to offer. Something like mate tea, for instance, and brewed from the finest leaves, of course. Ah, you're right! Absolutely right! I had noticed a growing reluctance on the part of my Hubigo friend, but did not realize I myself was to blame. I must endeavor to be a better host. Still, even with that added value in mind, no sack of leaves is worth the mezcal you're after. We offer to cull the monsters causing them trouble? Not yet. We'll keep that card up our sleeve until we need it. She's enjoying this a bit too much. As I expect you're aware, the rite of succession is currently taking place. That's why the third promise has graced us with her presence. When the contest is decided, the subsequent ascension ceremony and banquet will be a prestigious affair. If your mezcal were to be served there, it would bring your distillery immeasurable fame. Wait, could it be that your rumored invitation to the palace has discussed that very possibility? As a matter of fact, yes. I must admit I'm still reeling from the abruptness of it all. Would be a great honor and opportunity if I can secure the deal. Well, I should think your exceptional mezcal would speak for itself. That said, there's no such thing as being too prepared, and first impressions last. You'll want to be wearing your very best when you walk into Volok Shunsa. Whoa, that's a different name. It would be such a shame to miss this chance of a lifetime simply for want of proper garments. Well, mine are kind of dull in color lately. That it would? Are you saying you have garments to offer? Something ideal for court? We have no garments on hand, I'm afraid, but can you find what the next best thing? An introduction to a weaver. His name is Bolnook, and his works are highly regarded in Tuliola. As a supporter of Wuklamat and keen observer of palace politics, he will doubtless be happy to guide you in the selection of an outfit to fit this golden occasion. That is certainly a tempting proposal, and one of which I should like to take full advantage, but the scales still aren't quite balancing. Now we hit him with the monster culling. Say, weren't there monsters running amok in Agave Jaws? That's a problem we could easily solve for you. Truly, I would be most grateful for your immediate assistance. I would resign to hiring sellswords to clear them out. Factoring in that saved expense and an introduction to a trusted weaver, this is shaping up to be a sound bargain. Alright, you have a deal. Yes, I knew you'd come around. Give us a moment and Kane and I will take care of those prowling nuisances. In the meantime, I'll use the time to pen an introductory letter to Bullnock. The fields you're looking for are just north of Wankunpello. Be safe. Don't worry. I'll take care of it. Time to kill shit. Like up here north? Yeah, so I guess like over this way. Alright. That should be Agave Jaws is over there. This will go faster if we split up. Come and find me once you finish clearing out your share of the pests. I mean, these people don't seem to be bothered really at all. Easy peasy. Fuck do you want, little bitch? Compared to the creatures I hunted with Papa, this was no challenge at all. Come on, let's head back to the distillery. All that's left to give Mablu all that's left to give Mablu the sack of leaves so she can seal the deal. Is to give Mablu the sack of leaves. Okay. Is to give Mablu. At first I was like, did they fuck up? No, I fucked up. I forgot to have my chocobo out during this. What's up, Boko? Alright. Those monsters were no trouble for you, it seems. Now if I could just have the sack of leaves. No, they're mine! Here you go. Thank you for looking after our precious trading goods. Your monster problem has been resolved, Master Gobly. Here are the mate leaves and a written introduction to Bullnock as agreed. Then the deal is done. Here, your jug of premium mezcal aged 3 years. Please accept it with my compliments. I only own the original Xbox. Yes, we finally have the mezcal. Great work, especially you, Mablu. You were the one that inspired me to come this far, Third Promise. But let's not celebrate until we have the saddle in hand. Mablu, is it? You drive a hard bargain, young peddler. I look forward to doing business with you in the future. Thank you, but truth be told, I'm just a ranch hand, for now. Should I ever become a proper merchant, though, I'll be back to strike more deals with you. Excellent trade. Success! You trade a 5,000 pel sack of top-grade mate leaves for a 10,000 pel jug of premium mezcal. Well, doing some manual labor and a letter of recommendation. But, yeah. Wook Lamont in the saddle. Even at the palace, I don't think I've had a 10,000 pel jug of anything before. My hands won't stop shaking. Here, you better hold on to it until we get to the saddle maker. Aha! Can you imagine if we dropped it and had to start all over again? Luckily, Havli's place is not far. We just need to head across the plaza. Oh, Butterfingers. I dropped it. Guess we have to start from scratch. Here we go. This is it. The trade we've been working towards. 3-year premium mezcal. Phew, still in one piece. Right, time to make our deal. Get your tools ready, Saddler. We brought your precious mezcal. Wait, you actually got your hands on a jug? But you had nothing, a few measly clumps of wool. What we had was an aspiring trader with a gift for negotiating. Although I'd sooner aid no claimant but Zurulja, I cannot go against the guiding principles of the Pelu Pelu. The trade is a fair one. I will craft your saddle, Third Promise. Great! Stay and wait if you like. I have all the requisite materials, so this won't take long. Your commission is ready. Catching a wild alpaca is never a simple affair, but I have an easier time with one of my saddles. And it's all in one hand, apparently. Now, if you don't mind, I have other work that needs finishing. I can taste that smooth mezcal already. We did it! The saddle is ours! And to think we started out with only 100 pel basket of alpaca wool. Mablu, you are going to be an incredible merchant. Thank you. It makes me so glad to hear you say that, Third Promise. We got what we came for, so let's return to the ranch. The others will be waiting. Nice. Very nice. Do 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 do. All right, here we go, Alphino. You've acquired the saddle, then? Yes, and thanks in no small part to Mablu. Before you rush off to catch an alpaca, though, let me teach you how to saddle one. I'll bring out one of our wild-born friends so you can practice. I know, this is something I need to learn. I like the Rocky music. It sounds like Rocky music. Dude. Great sunken gods, I did it. He hardly seemed bothered, much less inclined to spit, as if he was completely accepting of Wuklamot's touch. That is because of the singular scent with which the saddle has been coated. Alpacas find it very soothing. You know, I've never taken a good long look at one of you before, but you're actually kind of cute. Aha, you're only now noticing that? Zarulja, he's back. And he's got a golden alpaca? What bullshit is this? He's got a shiny? He found a fucking shiny! Is it me or is it glowing? I've heard tales of such a beast. They say the golden alpaca lives a solitary existence deep in the valley, where it shuns the company of both man and its own kind. That alpaca's way better! How did he manage to snare a prize like that? A beast knows its betters. Faced with overwhelming strength, it will yield rather than risk death. An apt illustration of how greatly the power of the first promise exceeds yours, Wuklamot. Strength alone won't win him our father's throne. I'll be the one to find the gold city, and then Tyral can remain at peace. An everlasting desire for peace can only be forged in the fires of war. To unite as one, the people must be taught. They must suffer the horror and hopelessness firsthand. Exhaustion from prolonged conflict, the wages of war, merciless nature. These are what moved the clans to join in the founding of Tuliyollal all those years ago. Consider the younger generation of this village. Since birth have they basked in unbroken harmony, and behold, they regard war not as tragedy, but opportunity. Thus does the resilient son seek to provide education. He offers much-needed lessons in the realities of conquest and a renewed appreciation for peacetime. 'Tis true that war's misery breeds a longing for peace. But I have seen with my own eyes what becomes of an empire forged through the violence you propose, the rebellion it spawned, and the ruins it left behind. The Garlean Empire was a congregation of simpletons. The oppressed fought back against their oppressors, as well they should. Men are not beasts. Only a fool would seek to rule over all with the threat of force alone. This is why Gulujaja did not elevate the Mumulja, why he treated all clans with equal respect. However, the first promise has his gaze fixed upon more distant horizons. He would unite not only Tuliyollal, but the star in its entirety. What? Why? I need not explain myself to you. Oh, well done indeed. The first promise has completed the feat of gold. With an appropriately golden flourish, may I present you your much-deserved keystone. Brian, take over the world. A shiny Daduo, nice. He always been like that, never sharing his innermost thoughts with me or Kona. It's like we're not even family. Oh, cheer up, Brian. You know what they say. Some things in life are bad. They can really make you mad. Other things just make you swear and curse. I'll ponder Zorolja and his mysteries later. Right now I need to think about finishing the Feet of Gold. I have my saddle, I practice how to use it, so lead on to where the wild alpacas roam. Yeah, one with all the slots. I don't know. The Valley of Orinkanka is northwest of here. Come on, everyone. Even if we can't enter ourselves, we can see Wilclamette off on her hunt. Man, like, it really should have been us that brought the golden alpaca back. Like, he could have just come over, you know, with a, he could have just grabbed a regular alpaca and just dropped him on the doorstep, and then we, through hard work and effort, get the golden one. But no, we gotta be the runt of the litter once again. Alright. I can do this. I know I can. Cheer on Wilclamette Shimaru's. Yeah, okay, so / cheer. And then submitted, he just built different. Yeah.
Good luck there, Promise!
Good luck!
Thanks. I'll need it. Truth be told, still not sure about alpacas. I'd rather not go near one if I can help it. But if I'm to rule this nation, then I'll need to learn how to live with them. Tural is their home too. Right. I'm off.
I just finished my last bit of water. Well, actually, there might be stuff like if I unscrew the top.
So, shall we head back to the ranch, or...?
I'm staying here.
As will I. Wilclamette is alone in this.
I gotta refill
the
that
least
later.
we can do is stand watch and await her return.
It may be a while yet. Help me pitch the tent.
Excuse me, that's a little forward. Oh, you mean an actual tent? Okay, yeah, sure. An actual tent. Aaronville, you had me going there for a second.
Trust a gleaner to come prepared for anything.
What's a gleaner?
Someone whose job it is to travel the world and procure uncommon things for their employers. Aaronville specializes in finding animals, I believe.
But aren't you a Shitona from Shak Tural? Why did you cross the salt?
I like the bird children. Besides, the beak is not real. You can see under, in certain angles, they have a very regular nose.
But then, some years ago, my mentor tasked me with a difficult hunt.
They remind me of, like, the shoe puff, like someone in FF10, I can't remember.
She said, so long as I clung to the familiar. She suggested that I leave home, leave Tural, and join the Gleaners of Sharlian.
Yeah.
As one of their number, I could experience the world, immerse myself in myriad cultures and customs, see the many faces of nature. And once I had learned what is truly important...
Wait, is Tobli actually in FF10? Or 10-2?
My younger self took those words to heart.
Oh, okay.
Off I went to become a cleaner.
Her words alone moved you to leave behind everything you'd ever known? You must have great respect for your mentor.
I thought I recognized
As
them.
it happens, cleaner work was much to my liking.
I thought 10, but
I'm
like, they weren't the shoe puff people. Those were more frog-looking things. But I did recognize them, so 10-2. That wasn't that far off.
Wait, are you saying you were tasked with finding this city of gold?
I was. And though my hunt is now entangled with the right of succession, I mean to see it through.
Yeah, I remember that. We had to go grab people for the show or something, right?
We all have our reasons for seeking the Golden City. Which is all the more reason for us to work together.
Just so.
I mean, that's still a lot of wood there. The fire would still be burning. It would burn until it's all ash.
She should have been back by now. What if something's happened to her? We need to tell Tobli and arrange a search party.
I mean, we can just go look for her ourselves.
Wait. Do you hear that?
I wonder how badly she smells from all the spit she must have endured.
I did it.
She's so tired. I did it. Ooh, you need a bath?
You're utterly spent, and small wonder.
Well done, Third Promise.
The ranch isn't going anywhere. Take a rest in the tent.
I think I will. Thank you all for believing in me.
I'm so relieved the Third Promise came back to us safely. Nether Dragon, what's up, dude? Thank you, man, for the 61-month resub. It's going well, dude. And the alpaca, she tames a healthy-looking beast. Surely this will be enough to satisfy the feat of gold. Uklamat still seems a bit unsteady on her feet, hardly surprising after she spent the night chasing alpacas. You know what will melt away fatigue like that? Well, like magic, though. Mate tea! I'll run to the ranch and get a pot brewing. That way you can take your time and the tea will be ready when you arrive. As Mablu so wisely suggested, we shall set a slower pace for our exhausted Third Promise. By relaxing pace, you mean teleportation? Came back ahead of the others, did you? I should hurry along with the tea, then Wuklamat can't be that far behind. Oh, that tea really is magical. I feel better already. I see you become more comfortable around our fuzzy friends. Watching this one taught me a lot about alpacas, what grasses and fruits they eat, what sounds they react to, their adorable little quirks. I guess I've grown kind of fond of them. Welcome back, Third Promise. Accomplished the feat of gold, have you? Yes, there's no mistaking a valley alpaca. I commend you on your success. Well done. Yes, we did it! Although I couldn't find a shiny one like Zoralja did. I'd be surprised if you had. Golden alpacas are born but once every few decades. They are elusive, solitary creatures that are rarely seen, much less captured, thanks to their innate physical and magical gifts. Only a single other person is known to have caught one before, that being Galul Jaja himself. Oh, that's great, yeah. Papa was chasing alpacas too? So my grandfather's stories say. It was before the founding of Tuliolal, in a time when the mountain giants, the Yokhoi, held our people in thrall. Compelled by their overlords, our forebears would ride their alpaca mounts of the highlands to deliver gifts of food and other tributes. Those were wretched days to hear grandfather tell it. Then along came the young Gulul Jaja, yet unburdened by the mantle of Dawn Servant. Our people were amazed by this imposing two-headed figure equal to the Yokhoi in stature and puzzled by his entourage of mismatched companions. Some trembled in fear, believing a new conqueror had come. Yet Gulul Jaja showed no such inclinations. He sat and spoke with us, sipping from the cups of mate tea we offered him, and grew somber when he learned of our plight. None could have anticipated what their visitor decided to do next. Gulul Jaja ascended the cliffs to face the giants and freed the Pelu Pelu from Yokhoi's subjugation. Oh, we can actually see the head there. He then turned an appraising eye upon our riders and proposed we take to the road to peddle our beverages. The suggestion seemed obvious for one who traveled as he did, intent on fostering amity between the clans. So it was that a few words from Gulul Jaja transformed us into a clan of itinerant merchants. I've never heard the bond Papa forged with the Pelu Pelu spoken of in that way before. The saga is not so detailed. Then you may not know that Gulul Jaja sought a sure-footed guide for his trek upon the highlands. Thus did he capture a golden alpaca. So both my brother and my father caught the rarest of creatures, while an ordinary one was the best I could manage. The feat required no more than that, Third Promise, and you brought back a perfectly wonderful beast. Mablu's right. You are a perfectly wonderful beast. If anyone's ordinary, it's me. Not only did you accomplish a feat of gold, you also made many trades and brought joy to many people in true Pelu Pelu fashion. I sorely doubt your sibling could have achieved the same result. You should be proud of the accomplishment which earned you your keystone. I'm not throwing trash at you. You get drops. You get free things. Take the free things, Reno. Five more to go. What do you mean? Free things are the most real of things. You're well on your way, Third Promise. We'd have been lost without you, Mablu. Thanks to you, I learned so much about the Pelu Pelu, or the Pelu people, and your customs. It might seem obvious, but I've come to realize the importance of properly knowing something It was because I didn't understand alpacas that I was uncomfortable around them. I'm thankful to you as well, Luke Lamont. You're giving me the courage to say what I wasn't sure I could ever say. Tobli, I want to leave the ranch and become a merchant. I appreciate everything you've done for me, and I've loved every moment caring for the alpacas. But this is something I need to do. I need to walk my own path and make my own trades. As your parent, allow me to say one thing. I've always tried to give my wards' lives filled with as much happiness as I could provide, yet never once have I wanted that to be the only happiness you knew. You have my blessings to walk any path you choose, Mablu. It gladdens me to hear you found a calling you wish to pursue with such passion. You will make an exceptional peddler, I'm sure of it. Thank you, Tobli. What did I tell you, Mablu? The power of friendship! There's one last thing I'm gonna help you with, Third Promise. You need to find the Golden City, right? That's the end goal. Then I suggest you talk to the Yokoi. They once ruled over far more than just Urko-Pacha and the Pelu Pelu. 1,000 years ago, they were overlords of Yogg-Turaul and all of its peoples. During that era, the Pelu Pelu were commanded to search for a city of gold. They scoured every corner of the continent, but never found any trace of that fabled place. But if they didn't find anything, what could the Yokoi have to tell us? They may not have found it, but the fact that they thought to look for it at all makes me curious. Perhaps there's value in delving into how the legend originated. We lose nothing from asking the question. Besides, if we're determined to follow the path of the saga, we'll be visiting the giants eventually. So we gotta go up there. We gotta go up there. Okay. Oh, Kryl, I have a question I've been meaning to ask, and since we finished with the feat, where did you acquire that earring? My earring? Do you recognize it? Yes, pieces just like it first became fashionable in Yogg-Turaul around 20 years ago. Since then, it's become common to wear one as a charm for safe travel. 20 years ago, right about the time my grandfather made his journey, yet the Dawn Servant implied the earring was connected to the Golden City in some way. Surely there was more to its significance than simple fashion. If you want to know how it first came to be crafted, I could try to find out, seeing as it is a regular seller for many merchants. I'm curious to learn about it myself. I would appreciate that very much. Thank you. Jumping feet first into the peddler business, eh, Mablu? Right then, that's 2 keystones down. I say we head back to Tuliolo and plan our next move. Can't wait to find Galoof's body! You're morbid as fuck! Farewell for now, and thanks for all your help. I will become Dawn Servant, so make sure you set aside your best mezcal for the occasion. She has a fearsome opponent in that brother of hers. He even brought a golden alpaca to heal. But you've heard Zorolja's supporters talk. They might see opportunity in this expansionist ambition, but they might find the man himself intimidating, terrifying even. Whereas I've grown to love Wook Lamont, everyone she meets will come to love her too, and that's why she'll win the throne. You might be right, Mablu. You might be right. Love and friendship, go together like a horse and carriage. Alright. It feels good to have the feet of gold safely under our belt, even if my victory pales beside Zoralja and his shiny golden alpaca. With your powers combined, I am Captain Planet! I know I shouldn't let it bother me, and gods know you've all been so supportive, but I want to be strong or wise like my brothers, to be a promise that people respect. Which is not likely if I stand here carrying on and on about things. Let's move on. Back to not pronouncing that. The contest has hardly begun. Alright, we'll probably turn in this quest, and then we'll play a couple games of DBD before WoW Raid, and then we'll see. We might continue after WoW Raid. She is the only woman participating. Therefore, she must win, because this is a woke company, right? Square is so woke, guys. Fucking woke agenda in my video game. Yep, true. Look at us! The contest has barely begun and we've already had 2 keystones. Surely my talented brothers aren't doing this well. Oh, bro, this would be like the greatest moment for like a Gary Oak moment where everybody comes waltzing up like they've already got 4 or 5 keystones, you know? What's up, Goliath? You know, like, I've already caught 40 Pokemon, and look at all my badges! Bro, we're in, like, Cerulean City! How the fuck have you caught 40 Pokemon already? It's not even possible! We can only hope. The success of others, okay, because Garrett, that's right, he did ride in a car. We've now won keystones for both Feet of Reeds and Feet of Gold. Sure, that means our approach to the contest was the right one. So it would seem, by continuing to retrace Gulu Jaja's journey as presented in the saga, we should find the remaining electors in turn. Then let's visit the giants next. Like Kryl said, the fact that they were searching for the Golden City might mean they know something useful. The home of the Yokoi is in the upper reaches of Urkopacha. Unless you're keen on scaling the cliffs, you'll have to take the long way around through Kazamauka. This route will take us close to the Moblin village, which is another important location in the saga. Since we'll need all the keystones eventually, it makes sense to pay them a visit while we're passing through. Moblins? So we'll call the Moblins first, then let's head there right now. We will head there... not right now. Because he said right now is a problem. The flight of Wee Wingless, the great stairs leading to the Moblin settlement, collapsed in the storm. What are we to do then? Help build it? I don't know. There is an alternative, but it requires preparation. Until it's ready, you could rest at the cabins or see more of the city, whatever you prefer. Fair enough. Just be sure you'll accept any method of travel as long as it gets us to our destination. Of course, what do you take me for? Or who do you take me for? Then as your guide, I will see to the arrangements. Well, it seems we have some free time on our hands. Let us make the most of it. I need to get my axe repaired. I nicked the blade pretty badly when I took a swing at Bakul Jaja. That reminds me, I never got around to introducing you to Ropley, did I? He's the man in charge of... And a good person, no. What, want to come along? Let's go then. Ready? The markets of Wachu Meki Meki. Wachu Meki Meki. That's my guess. Are to the east on the other side of Bayside Bevy. Wuklaman now come to you, keep her at her side, blah blah blah. Yeah, I know. Yes. What's wrong with smooth jazz? I don't know. Sounds fine to me. Here's Ropley. My, the third promise. How might I assist you this fine evening? Well met, Ropley. I need to buff a nasty nick out of my axe blade. Yes, it's been chipped quite terribly. Trying to cleave rocks again, were we? Something like that. Think you can fix it? You stand among Tyrell's most prestigious gathering of artisans and ask this question? 'Tis child's play. We'll have it repaired for you in 2 shakes of an alpaca's tail. Good to hear. I leave it in your capable hands. Who's your companion, if I may ask? I'm the Warrior of Light, thank you. This is Kane, a great adventurer I recruited from across the sea. I brought him here to meet you, actually, though he might have reason to visit Wachu Meki Meki. Then allow me to introduce myself. I am Ropley, humble representative of this Grand Center of Trade. A pleasure to meet you, Kane. Hi. Me, Warrior of Light. Me don't speak words. You there! Stop dithering in the shadows and announce your business already! The fuck are you? I've seen that man somewhere before. Oh yeah. Is that the same guy, I guess? A jewel maker? You went on the voyage? Sorry. Funjin. You've been loitering like a flighty admirer who can't pluck up the courage to confess his feelings. How then, why are you here? That is to say... There he goes. There he goes. And we're no closer to solving that enigma. I wonder if he could use someone to talk to. I say we go and ask. Let me know by link pearl if you find him first. Is there a reason she's going up and down that stairway pole? Oh, where are you? Wherever could you be? looks like down here. You were conversing with Master Ropley, but wait, we met before, haven't we? On the ship? You found him? Good, I'll be right there. Why did you run off like that? Did you have business with Ropley or not? Please, you needn't concern yourself with my affairs. I'm undeserving of such attention. Huh? What are you going on about? I beg of you, do not ask me to explain! Do not! Okay, he's got a little bit of anxiety. Sorry, but you need to tell. But the more you tell me not to, the more curious I become. Besides, you look like you need a friend. You are too kind. So be it. I suppose I can share with you a morsel of my misery. Before I came to Tuliol, I worked as a goldsmith of the most prestigious jewel maker in all of Ul'dah. Estime's Aesthetics. Oh, it started off well enough, but as the days passed, everything began to go wrong. Compared to the masterpieces of my talented colleagues, my products were lacking. Mediocre! I lost all confidence, crippling doubt had possessed me, and any veneer of bravado I tried to put forth soon cracked beneath its weight. Thus did I take ship, hoping to find a fresh beginning on new shores, yet as you witness, I lacked the courage to even approach a potential employer. You stand before a man wallowing in the wreckage of his ill-spent existence. Damn. Alright then, you offered a morsel, then served us the full course. You must have really wanted someone to hear your story. If you like, I could try to give you a few words of advice. Then you have experience with my predicament of feeling terribly inadequate compared to your undeniably superior peers? Well, when you put it that way, my brothers are kind of smarter and stronger than I am. Not me. I'm Wuklabat, third promise of Tuliolal. Daughter of the Dawn Servant. Oh, of course, you're a member of the royal family. Please forgive my presumptiveness. But what of you? Have you ever measured your work against that of your colleagues and find yourself wanting? Bro, I'm the motherfucking warrior of light. I'm the main character of the story. What do you think? You can't measure your worth by the success of others. There you go. It's good to say. How can I not? Should my work not meet the same exacting standards, no new commissions will be forthcoming. What then was the point of my becoming a goldsmith? Looking back, 'twas my father who inspired me to take up the trade. His exquisite creations brought radiant smiles to the faces of his clients, and I admired him deeply for it. But in the course of striving to be as great a goldsmith as he was, I lost sight of my original motivation. All I ever wanted was to spread joy through my craft as he did. Perhaps I will give this one last try. Thank you both for reminding me of what is truly important. You needn't bow, it's okay. I receive enough praise. What is truly important? Oh, sorry, Kane, I didn't mean to ignore you. But yes, I'm glad to see Fun Jintane is giving himself another chance. I can't help but wonder if Fun Jintane will follow through. Let's see if he's actually going to talk to Ropley. I need to grab that ether, right? Uh-oh. Alright, 'twas kind of you to come, but you needn't worry, I found my courage. Well, I'll be the judge of that. Pray accept my apologies for my earlier behavior. My name is Fontaine, and I am a goldsmith from Ul'dah in faraway Eorzea. I realize this is a bold request, but I should like to continue practicing my trade here in Wachumeki. Nope. If you would have me, I ask only for the opportunity to bring happiness to the others with my creations. So that's what this was all about. You were looking for work. Consider yourself hired. Wachumeki is always in need of skilled craftsmen and women. Women? I'll handle the necessary paperwork. Can you start tomorrow? You're a woman? I did not notice. Yes, of course. Why women? Did I misread that? Did he not say women? I think he said women. I must thank you both for your sage and timely advice. I don't know that I was at all helpful. I am very flustered by that. Had you not come to speak with me, I would not have had the moment of much-needed self-reflection. The arrangements have been made. Come and meet me at the entrance of High Tide Harbor. Alright, that's a good spot to stop right before this quest, then. Oh, I almost forgot. Do you have my axe ready, Ropley? Ready and waiting. Behold the sublime touch of a Wachumeki's artisan. Oh, it's as sharp and deadly as the day I first held it. Thank you. Looks the same to me. Well, good luck to you, Fontaine. Let me know if that doubt creeps back in. I'd happy to talk you out of it. As for us, we should head to the harbor. We wouldn't want to keep Erenville waiting. Oh, let me grab this aetherite before I forget. Alright, that'll do it for FF14 for now anyway. We just get on over here to Erenville, and then we'll continue on with this probably after a while. Thank you guys for tuning in today.